Hey, what's up, fam? How are you guys doing today? This is Donna St. Louis, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about free fatigue. Now, free fatigue is real. It is real. You can catch it. You probably are passing it out, and it could cause severe damage to your business. We're going to talk about free fatigue, so you understand what it is, so you don't end up spending money on it, because a lot of people do, and then so you don't let it negatively impact your business. So we're going to get into that. So who in the heck am I? My name is Donna St. Louis. I'm in the car, but not driving. Hands are off the wheel. Well, I'm not driving. Hands are off the wheel. Last time I did a live stream and drove, even though I never even looked at the camera, people were losing their shit. They're like, stop driving. I'm like, dude, it's like if the radio was on, I got to look at y'all to have a conversation. I talk to the people in the car with me all the time. But anyway, I'm not driving because I don't want people to lose their mind. I got so many calls of, I love you so much, I just don't want you to get hurt. And I'm like, all right. I also listen to the radio while I'm driving and talk to people, but that's cool. Anyway, my name is Donna St. Louis. I am CEO of High Profit Zone, and I help people who are experts in their field become high profit entrepreneurs, and I promote them into the speaking business so they learn how to be professional speakers, coaches, and consultants, how to put on retreats and create 7 streams of income so they can have a highly successful business. Today we are going to talk a little bit about free fatigue. Oh, and the other thing that you probably should know about me, because I have also been told several times, you don't tell them your credibility. My credibility is I was homeless when I was 19. I started a business intelligence company, sold it for $250 million 13 years after I started it. I got into the speaking business, failed like nobody's business. I mean, it was spectacular. Did all the things you weren't supposed to do, hired all the people, went to all the meetings, did all the stuff. If you name the stuff, I probably did the stuff. So I failed spectacularly, and then realized that there was actually a blueprint, and I followed that blueprint to the letter. And within a year, within 2 years, my calendar was full. Within 4 years, I was cracking 7 figures. Now, one of the things I do besides being an international keynote speaker, because I still do speak. I'm in Rochester right now. I'm going to be in Denver on Monday. I still do speak. I do run a full-time coaching business where we let 20 people come through the mastery program every year, only 20. And we put on boot camps to help people get prepared for the mastery program. All right. So with that said, let's talk about free fatigue. So I'm going to tell you about a mistake that I made recently, and it was a beautiful, glorious, spectacular mistake. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. It also taught me about what free fatigue was. So I decided that I was going to put on an event, and I was only going to charge $29 for the event. It was going to be 2 hours, and I was going to do, a semi deep dive into the speaking business, mainly about like, what is your niche, what is your expertise, what is your USP, what is your value proposition, what's your positioning statement, and how do you know when to use them, right? Good amount of value for a couple of hours. So it was kind of like, try before you buy, here's a little taste test. And then from there, I was going to invite people to come to the boot camp if they would like to. And really, I was going to pick the people who could come to the boot camp because, we were going to probably get at least 100 people in the room. So when I did all the advertising, all the marketing, put thousands of dollars in advertising, had the best of the best, make sure that my landing page was on point, had the best of the best, make sure that marketing copy was on point, did all the things I was supposed to do, right? Like really did all the things you're supposed to do. Gave it enough runway. I mean, it's a free event. Gave it enough runway, marketed in the area, had my target market kind of niched out, used lookalikes, did all the things I was supposed to do. After about $5,000, we had one person sign up. One. That was it. I couldn't figure out what I'd done wrong, so I went back to my own blueprint and literally followed it through. And there was this one critical step that I missed. And that step was, before you do anything, poll your audience. Such a basic step, by the way. Such a basic step. Something I do all the time. But we always come up with these great ideas, right? We're like, oh, I got this great idea and I know what I'm going to do. And then we just head full steam ahead into that idea. You know, as much as successful as my business is, I still sometimes forget to go back to the blueprint. And I think I forget to go back because my business is so successful. So, of course, full steam ahead. Great idea. I've seen 1,000 people do this. It totally works. Why wouldn't it work for me? Crickets. One person. I ended up getting on the phone with that one person because I wasn't going to throw, you don't throw good money after bad. So I wasn't going to go and set up a whole event for one person. And then I got really lucky and got booked for the date anyway. So it was stupid. So now I decide now of course I do the right thing and I go back and I talk to my ideal client, people who've already bought from me. And I talked to my ideal client, people who've already bought from me, people who I already want to duplicate. And I said, listen, you have 3 ways that you can buy from me. You can, 1, go to my free event and I'll talk to you and I'll share some valuable nuggets with you and teach you all I can within a couple of hours and then tell you about the next level item. 2, you can get on the phone with me. You can be referred to me. You can get on the phone with me. We can have a conversation. I can help you determine whether this is right for you or not because I don't sell to anyone. Give you the price, come up with payment plans, and you go forward. Or 3, you could just go to the website and buy. 1, 2, 3, right? Pretty easy. My ideal client came back to me overwhelmingly and said, I am tired of the free shit. And I was like, whoa, that was a little strong. They were like, just tired of it. Tired of the free shit. By the time I came to you, you know what I knew you weren't selling me? I knew you weren't selling me some free shit. Some giveaway shit that had no value. I mean, and it wasn't kind of like, oh, it's okay. It was like, no, seriously, I wouldn't think you were worth your salt if you did that. Really surprised me. They were so tired of free. It was vitriol. And these are people who love me and I love them. And they were like, tired of the free shit. I'm tired of going to somebody's free crap because you know what? Every time they have free crap, they don't put the best of the best on stage. They put the cheapest on stage. The desperate person is on stage. And the audience is filled with desperate people who want something for free because they don't have anything. And so I was wondering if this was just my people. I really did. I was like, maybe it's just my folks. Maybe my folks are just bitter, right? So I decided to do a little bit of homework and I asked a couple of people that I know that I don't want to say they have similar businesses to me, but they do have member-based organizations and they sell what I would call higher end products to deliver higher end results. And not kidding you, I asked them if they would do the same exact thing. And all of a sudden, boom, same exact thing. They said their people hated it. They hated the free stuff. It's like junk mail. Yes, it's like junk mail. That's exactly what it was, right? And so Greg said, free stuff. Right, exactly. Yes. They could not stand it. They were like, they didn't want it. They were like, that's a great analysis that it's like junk mail. They were tired of it. They're like, no. They're like, I came to you because I want results, not because I want free shit. One girl said, I would think of you completely differently, even though I've gone through your program and got success. I would think of you as a completely different person if you did this thing for free. Like, seriously. And I'm like, really? She's like, my respect level would definitely drop. I was like, oh shit. Like, it really surprised me. But when I talk to other people, yeah, free fatigue is real. And here's the thing. How many of us are doing it? How many of us are like, oh, go and get this free blah, blah, blah. And so we could do the blue, blue, blue. Like, how many of us do it, right? I brought that shit to an immediate halt. I'm going to tell you right now. I was like, stop. Now, here's the crazy thing. Okay. So here's the crazy thing. So I said, okay, well, the best way to fill up my boot camp is not through the free thing because people don't like it. This is like the limited free right here, right? So, not for me, tee. What's up, Jeff? I love you. I miss you, hon. I gotta call you. I'm worried about you. Anyway, and that's private. The rest of y'all don't listen. That's between me and Jeff. I gotta call you. I'm worried about you. Okay, so here's the thing that I noticed that I switched everything and I said, okay, this isn't working. My people don't like it. I'm not doing it. As soon as I switched it and I said, all right, I have a boot camp. It's coming up November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. It's in Orlando. The next one we're going to do is going to be in January. So either you're making it to the November one. If this one goes well, then I will do one in January. And so I said, this is how much it costs. It costs $2,000. And if you're using lack of money, a lack of time, or whatever else as an excuse, those are just excuses because you didn't even talk to me. Say, get on the phone with me if you're really interested, if you're not scared of me, because I stopped biting people like last week. I've really gotten that trained in, right? So I don't bite people anymore. And if they want me to bite them, it does cost extra. So the people who really are like, okay, she doesn't seem like she'll bite my head off, that got on the phone with me, if they were a right fit, and I do mean that, if they were a right fit, then I was like, this is perfect for you, and here's why. And then they're like, well, I can't afford this or that. I'm like, well, then let's work out a plan that works for you. Well, I won't have $2,000 before November 15th. I'm like, did I tell you to have new $2,000 before November 15th? No, I didn't. Here's the thing. I know, and let me tell you, every business person, every coach hates me because of this, because I say this all the time. If I offer you value, and that value, and the thing costs $2,000, and then you screw me and you're like, well, I'm not going to pay the rest, it's not my loss. It's not my loss. You just don't get to work with me anymore. That's it. So you came and you got a 3-day boot camp and you left and you didn't pay me. That's not my loss. I'm good. Dude, it's your loss, because guess what? I literally turn people into 6- and 7-figure speakers. Some of them are right here. So, I mean, it's your loss. So when someone says they're interested and they're an action taker and they pick up the phone and they call me and they're like, no, I want to do this and I know you got the goods. I've seen the people that you've worked with on big stages. I've seen the people that you work with, they're killing it. Yeah, I want that. How do I get that? Now, let me tell you, if I get on the phone with you and I don't think it's a fit, and I've had these conversations, I tell people straight up, I'm like, I love you. I don't want you to waste your money. Let me tell you what you need to do first, because you're not ready for this, but let me give you some guidance on where you need to be. So at the end of the day, it's really, you have to check your audience first. So my lesson to you is, before you go and put on anything, make sure that it's right for your audience. Ask your current target market, listen, if I did this, would this be something you were interested in? And if so, how would you want to pay for it, covered, or whatever? If they say, nope, I want it this way, that way, or the other, do it. You really have to understand, but you got to know your ideal client. And I mean, like I said, I'll be the first one. Like, I know everybody puts up like hearts and flowers and everything's all rosy and everything on Facebook. You know, sometimes we got to be real. I screwed up. Like, I screwed that up. And what's so funny is, one of my own high profit zone family members, when I was talking to her about it, she was like, you know, if any of us would have called you and any of us would have said we wanted to do XYZ, you would have told us, no questions asked. You would have been like, no, you do it this way. She goes, so the fact that you didn't even do your own thing, to me, is hilarious. And I didn't call my coach. I didn't talk to any of my high profit zone family members. I did the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. I failed. I totally screwed up, right? It was a great reminder for me. And so that's the thing. I'm telling guys, hey, I screwed up. Now, the good news is that the High Profit Zone Boot Camp, the Rockmore Stages Boot Camp that's coming up the November 21st, 22nd, 23rd, I just started really marketing it. What's today? Thursday? Is it Thursday? No, it's Friday. I don't know. What is a weekend? I just started marketing it maybe 2 or 3 days ago. We already have I think we have 8 people already signed up to be in it. I have no doubt they're going to sell out the 25 seats, because we're only letting 25 people come in. But if you're interested, do let me know. Again, only letting 25 people come in. I'm serious. And of course, it's in a mansion, because that's how I roll. Anyway, call me if you want the details. All you got to do is right now put in here, interested, and I'll get you the information. Just make sure you check with your audience before you keep doing the free to fee stuff. People are getting free fatigue. They've gotten burnt by the free stuff. They're tired of the free stuff. And more importantly, this is what I really heard. They're like, they gave me all the good stuff in the free stuff, and then everything else that I paid for was literally a, I guess you would say, duplicate or regurgitation of the free stuff. And so people have gotten burnt by it, and they're tired of it. They're just tired of it. So anyway, that was my lesson. Just make sure, watch out for free fatigue. I think people are getting tired of it. It's a trend that's coming up. If you're interested in the high profit zone Rock More Stages Bootcamp, it's coming up November 21st, 22nd, 23rd. It is for people who they understand the speaking business. They might be in the speaking business. Their business isn't where they want it to be. They're dying to know some of the secrets as well. Like, they're like, what is the secret to when someone asks you for your date and your rate? What's the secret to getting them to respond back without avoiding the question? They want to know what's the difference between a value proposition, a unique selling proposition, and a positioning statement, and when and how to use one, and how to create their own, right? Because so many times people ask you, what do you do? And you talk to them for like 10 minutes and they still don't know. They want to know, what should I be writing in an email, and how do I get my emails to get responded to? Where do I find engagements? What should I be charging? What are some of the things I can negotiate? What's the difference between a general session, a general audience, a keynote session, a plenary session, a breakout session, a keynote speaker, and a breakout speaker? How do I turn my back of the room sales into 4 times my keynote fee instead of just selling books? What are some of the things I can do if I don't have an online product? They just want to know things like that. They want to know about their brand. They want to know what they could do to differentiate themselves. They want to know the secrets of the 1%ers. If that's something that you're like, yeah, I want to know all of that right there, and some of the extras, any questions that you have, seriously. And if I don't know it, I'm telling you, I know someone who knows it. They want to know whether they should or shouldn't work with bureaus. I'll use Jeff. Jeff works with bureaus a lot. But I know some people who don't work with bureaus at all. And I say, more importantly than Jeff works with bureaus a lot, I'd say he works with agents a lot. Very specific agents. So anyway, I know people who work their businesses in different types of ways, and I know their expertise and their level of success. I know agents, I know bureaus, I know successful speakers. I'm a successful speaker. I know people who run different types of income streams for their businesses. If there's something you really need to know about the speaking business, instead of getting all this piecemeal information from all over the place, this is an opportunity for you to get one cohesive look at the speaking business from beginning to end, 2.5 days, Orlando, Florida, November 21st, 22nd, 23rd. If you can't make it to this one, but you are interested in coming to one in January or February, drop me a note, let me know, because then I will plan one. See, I'm not going to plan one until my ideal client tells me they want one. See, I learned my lesson. Also, if you're interested, just write interested in the comments, and I will get back to you. I'll hit you up. All right. Thanks so much, guys. I will talk to you later. I have a little bit of a drive to make, and I'll talk to you when I can. Have fun. Bye.